Late night?
Didn't get much sleep.
Okay, that'd be a little too much information at this hour. But I have to admit, I'm thrilled you decided not to break Allison's heart.
She didn't tell you what happened?
No. I haven't spoken to her. Neither has my mom. She didn't come home last night, so we assumed she was with you.
She didn't come home.
Wish that I could follow through. I know that your love is true and deep as the sea. But right now, everything you want is wrong, and right now, all your dreams are waking up, and right now, I wish I could follow you to the shore. Lucy.
You deny it? He's proud of it.
Still, it's a very serious admission.
Bottom line, Holden thinks he's right, and he's the type of guy who'd never lie under oath.
Gentlemen, we have a problem.
No, not if Marshall's correct. He thinks he knows a way out of this mess.
Really?
Can you say entrapment?
Can you say liability?
Hey, Bonnie, I thought I heard you out here. You ready? Let's go. I'm starving.
Actually, honey, why don't we just go inside and order room service?
Ugh, by the time it gets here, this French toast is all soggy.
Yeah. Well, I will remind them exactly who I am, and they'll bring it straight up, okay?
Do you know why I have to stay home from school today?
It's not that you have to stay home. It's just that your father feels like it would be better if you did some work from home for a couple of days. That's all.
Well, is it because he was arrested?
You know how kids can be.
Yeah, well, the kids at my school aren't like that. Besides, how would they know anyway? And my dad said he'd take care of everything.
And I'm sure he will. Now, do you want to order room service, or shall I?
You know, the kids at school, they're asking me about Brazil and everything, like I'm some expert, or I
Yes.
guess I am.
Room service? I'll hold. Honey, we'll just have to talk about it when your dad gets home, okay?
Okay.
Yes, I'd like to order your fresh fruit plate,
Read the headlines.
pot
if
of
you have any
herbal
questions for me or
tea,
Miss Griffin
and,
regarding the
French
re-prosecution of
toast.
Marshall Travers for sexual assault, we'll entertain that.
Turn that off.
They're talking about my dad.
You know, this is the first day that I have felt normal. Myself. Like a normal person looking forward to a day. I haven't been like that since...
Since when?
Since I crashed my airplane.
Gotta stick to the plan. We'll get everything we want.
The plan. What's the plan? I don't remember what the plan. All right, coffee.
I'm gonna make it.
Oh, and scorch my pot.
I'm not gonna scorch your pot.
Really?
Who would do something like this? We locked the door, right? Did we lock it?
Whoever did this re-locked the door.
So someone came in here, did that, and then locked the door when they left?
Rose, whoever did this had a key.
A key? No. Somebody that we know could never do something like this, right? Oh, yes. Of course they would. They can't leave us alone for one night.
Rose, I am so sorry.
I just wanted to have a normal life, you know? I wanted to sell my business, I wanted to get things straight with my family, and I wanted to get married. That was it. You win. You win! We're leaving tonight.
No.
Yes.
No, nobody's running us out of town.
Who are you calling?
Who do you think I'm calling? Hello, Barbara, it's me. Grab Jennifer and get over here right now.
That is correct. The last time this office pressed charges against Mr. Travers, the case ended in mistrial. However...
Then why are you pressing charges against him again?
I thought all this was over.
If I may. A mistrial is not the same thing as a not guilty verdict. It simply means that mistakes were made, procedural mistakes. It is not a comment on the charges, the strength of the case, or the innocence or guilt of the defendant.
Why now, Mr. Hughes? What happened to prompt you
So
to
what happened?
prosecute at this time?
Well, let me first say that the district attorney has discretion in these matters. This office has waited months, sometimes years, before retrying a case that ended in mistrial.
So there have been new developments.
There are new developments all the time. In fact, that's a new haircut, isn't it,
Oh my God,
Larry?
he's not even answering their question.
No, I should tell you that I wouldn't be pursuing this matter unless I were very confident about our case.
This time, justice will be served.
So this is your mother. She's the one who's doing all this to us.
Is it really justice you're after, Ms. Griffin? Or is it more personal than that?
There is nothing more personal than justice. Rape is violence. It degrades not only the person attacked, but the entire community if the perpetrator is not held accountable.
You're employed by the district attorney's office. Doesn't that suggest a conflict of interest?
I will remind you that the charges were brought and the case pressed before Ms. Griffin returned to the district attorney's office.
Excuse me, Tom. The DA and I agreed that this case is too important to allow these kinds of distractions. Therefore, I resigned from my position in the district attorney's office as of this morning.
Ms. Griffin, how far are you willing to go?
I'll do whatever it takes.
What is she trying to do, taint the jury pool?
So you knew about this?
They cuffed me in front of my kid. Hauled me out of a Halloween party and dragged me down to the station. Obviously, they're trying to punish me in the flashiest way possible. This is nothing but a charade.
You've been accused of rape.
Accused. And innocent until proven guilty, which will never happen. Now listen, they have no case. Okay, this is personal. Jessica Griffin is merely using her influence with the district attorney's office to pressure me because our daughters are spending time together. That's all this is about.
The district attorney's motivation doesn't concern me, but your reputation does. Now, rightly or wrongly, you've been hung out to dry publicly, and that has an effect. You admitted it yourself when you made that remark about tainted jury. So if you go in there to defend Dusty, the jury's gonna know exactly who you are, and they're gonna have no sympathy for you or for him, and we can't take that risk. We can't. Listen, if we've come too far, we've invested way too much to lose it just because of one guy. There are other attorneys, Dusty. This one's gotta go.
Listen, you're overreacting.
Yeah, maybe she is, and maybe not, but either way, I can't take the risk. I'm sorry.
Are you saying Allison wasn't with you last night?
I was with her for a while.
What does that mean?
When I couldn't reach her on the phone, I went over there.
To the hotel?
And we talked. I suggested that we should take a break.
So you did break up with her. How'd she take it? How was she?
She seemed all right.
She seemed all right?
Well, I mean, it wasn't her idea, but considering the circumstances, she seemed okay.
Okay, and then what happened?
I left.
You left her there?
She didn't want to go home.
So you just left her there?
Look, I figured she needed some time, okay?
Or maybe you couldn't get out of there fast enough.
Look, this wasn't my idea, okay? The hotel, the not answering the phone. I went over there knowing I was being set up.
Set up?
Yes, set up. I told Allison that we needed to slow things down, okay? And she goes out and rents a hotel room.
Chris, she's never been this involved with anyone before.
Which is why I went over there.
I don't mean to make you feel any worse, but I'm really worried about her.
I know.
I mean, she's really turned her life around ever since she met you. This job with my mother. Her life was a mess before.
No, you're right. I mean, she has a lot more going for her now. She's gonna be okay.
Maybe. Oh, God, I hope so. Where are you going?
To check on her.
Surprise.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Do you believe this? Before I spent a whole year trying to make this happen, and now that it has, I'm so weirded out.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it was nice. Don't get me wrong.
But it wasn't Lucy.
And I'm not Chris. I mean, we're still friends and all, right? You know, he's nuts. You're a great girl. He's gonna figure that out.
And if he doesn't?
Then he's not worth your time.
And you know that Lucy still loves you, right?
Maybe we should get dressed.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go grab a shower and get out of your way.
Oh, it's okay. I don't have to be anywhere. Do you want some breakfast?
Yeah, sure.
There's a menu here someplace.
Just surprise me. You're good at that. You know, the way you've been handling things, you're doing better than me. Take a shower.
Strawberries and cream. That would be celebrating. Yes, room service? Could you send up, a pot of coffee and some toast and some eggs? No, I'm fine. I just have something in my eye.
I'll have a statement later today. Thank you.
That is all the time we have for questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you all right?
I knew it wasn't going to be easy. Listen, I want to apologize about not warning you about the resigning thing. I mean, I considered it might be necessary, and once the question was posed...
Well, it's turning into quite an elaborate bluff, Jess. I mean, it is still a bluff.
We have a compelling witness.
I was very clear with you the other day on this. I'm not going to put a 15-year-old child on the stand and grill her about her father's sex crimes.
Well, I'm betting it won't even come to that.
And if it does, if Marshall calls your bluff?
Then we go to trial.
Jess, I know you've thought about what this will do to Bonnie.
Yeah, I have, Tom. But, you know, I've run out of options here. If she's moved out, she's not hearing anything I have to say to her. She's allied herself with Marshall.
She's allied herself with Sarah.
Same thing. She's in his orbit. She sees him every day. They're planning Sarah's future together, or at least that's what he'd like her to think, that he's accepted her being a part of Sarah's life.
And maybe he has.
No. See, Tom, you say that because that's what you would do, and that's what I would do. But Marshall, he's incapable of empathy. He's completely out of tune with other people. Their wants, whether they're upset, whether they're happy. Marshall wants what Marshall wants, and God help anybody who gets in his way. I mean, why do you think Sarah's clinging to Bonnie in the first place?
Because Bonnie is your daughter. She's strong and confident and caring.
And I don't want her hurt.
Well, given their bond, have you considered how it's going to make Bonnie feel if you're successful in convincing Marshall to leave town?
As much as I love her, it is far more important for her to be safe from Marshall. She'll understand in time.
And Sarah?
Sarah is not my concern. Marshall is her father. He has custody.
Well, if your bluff fails and you coerce me into a retrial after all, what happens if he may be convicted?
Well, then everybody wins. And Sarah is free of him.
Giving Bonnie what she always wanted, which will bring her back to you. It's a gamble, Jess.
It's a chance. One I have to take.
Listen, you need to understand, my mother, she's never really gotten over what happened.
The rape, you mean?
It's a lot more than that, Sarah. She trusted your father. He betrayed that trust. And so when she sees me spending time
With me, who she hates because I'm his daughter.
No, honey, she doesn't hate you.
Yes, she does. I've seen the way she looks at me,
No,
Bonnie.
Sarah, it's not you. It's your dad. When my mom sees me spending time with you, it means that I'm going to be spending time with your father. And that makes her upset. And I guess it brings up a lot of old feelings. Which is why she reopened this case.
Yeah, and now everybody's gonna hear it all over again, and they're gonna feel the same way that she does, that it's not safe to be around me.
No, honey, you're not listening to me.
Well,
This has nothing to do with you.
You said it, Bonnie. You just said it. People look at me and they see my dad, and now they're gonna hate me.
You're firing me?
It's not personal. You're a great attorney, but your situation
will be resolved in short order. It's not just about you, pal. I got people lined up outside just waiting to see me fall. Half this town hates my guts. We tack on your problems to my problems. Where are we gonna find the time? You got your hands full trying to defend yourself. And I need somebody who can put my interests first. That's it. If you are questioning my commitment... It's not about commitment, Marshall. Some things we just can't control. Maybe another time. I'm sorry. I thought you were your own man. My mistake. Marshall Travers.
Marshall, you have to come home.
What's wrong?
Sarah saw part of the press conference on television, and she...
Your mother called a press conference?
Yeah. Sarah's pretty upset.
I'll be right there.
You know, Dusty, I know a really great attorney in Bay City.
Guess what, Molly? I can find my own attorney, and the next time I need you to stand on a soapbox so we can all get your take on the judicial system, I'll let you know.
You letting that sexist pig get to you? You are, aren't you? Well, let me tell you something. He doesn't care about you. He just wants his fee.
It's not about Marshall Travers.
Well, it certainly can't possibly be about me, because I'm the one person that's always there for you. And if you stop thinking with your ego long enough, you'd realize that and apologize.
I do not appreciate being summoned.
Oh my God, what happened?
You tell me. What? You think Jennifer had something to do with
Actually,
this,
my
Rose?
first thought was that you did it, Mother, but then I thought a little more, and I figured if you had done it, it wouldn't have been in spray paint. It would have been scrawled in blood.
Come on, Jen. We don't have to stand for this.
Wait, Paul, listen, I know after hearing that tape you probably think I am capable of anything, but I swear to you I had nothing to do with this. Please, come on, you have to believe me.
Oh, that might have worked a long time ago, but whoever did this had a key.
I'm giving you one last chance to come clean before I call the police.
The police, son, would laugh at you. How many keys to this place are floating around? What, Rosanna? Craig?
Yeah.
The realtor?
Can't
Who
picture
else?
Rosanna pushing the sofa over there and high heels, climbing up there, spray painting her own walls. But thank you for mentioning her, because I should give her a call. She is the owner of record.
Oh, she's gonna love this, that her penthouse was trashed.
No, Paul, do not call Rosanna. She could break your lease.
Doesn't matter. I'm leaving town anyway.
You know, Rose, maybe this was your handiwork. I know you've been doing everything you possibly can
I
to leave
can't
town.
take it anymore. Just call the cops.
This is your last chance before I call Jack Snyder. Fine, have it your way. But the last I heard, Jack Snyder's not your biggest fan.
Don't call the cops. It wasn't Mom's fault. It was me. I did it.
Coming up on As the World Turns.
Go find yourself a grown-up since that's what you want, because I'm fine. I've moved on.
Right or wrong, he is caught in the middle. And you are the only one who can save him.
Spray painted my walls? Why?
Well, isn't it obvious? He's hurt. He feels abandoned because
when
you're
I want your
leaving him and
opinion,
moving
Barbara, I
away.
will
We
ask you
all
for your
feel that
opinion.
way, Paul.
Come here. What's going on?
Mom's right. I was mad. I'm sick of everybody fighting and not being able to talk to you and everybody leaving.
That's fine, but why didn't you just say something to me?
When? You're always with her.
Well, you know that you're always welcome here. Don't you know that?
You sure you did this alone?
You care. You got what you wanted. You stole my brother.
You know, honey, you're still gonna see your brother?
He's moving to Paris, Mom.
Oh, yeah, but you can email him, you can call him on
It's
the
not the
phone.
same.
No, I know it's not the same, but you still have me, your sister, and, you know, Dougie's having that Halloween party.
Mom, I'm not a baby. I don't care about Halloween. I don't care about anything anymore.
I smell a setup.
Maybe so, but I think he's faking how upset he is.
This is never gonna happen for us. Is it our life together? It's never gonna happen because your mother has her hooks in your brother.
I'm thinking with my ego.
Oh, my mistake. My bad. You weren't thinking at all.
Oh, it's funny. I thought you wanted an apology. You've always been in my corner, Molly. If I haven't thanked you before, I'm thanking you now.
Well, you're welcome, I think. You know, you're impossible. I just want what's best for you.
You want what's best for me. What are you saying? Maybe that's Rose?
Hey, this is a purely theoretical conversation.
Guess what? I just made a hypothetical. I'm out of the ego now. I'm into a new territory.
Moving a little further down south.
Yeah, maybe it's either one or the other. How about breakfast?
Depends on what you're serving.
Oh, I think you'll like it.
Don't be so sure of yourself.
It keeps you coming back, doesn't it? And it makes me very satisfied because I can't get enough.
Well, maybe I do have a little time for breakfast. If it's really me you want.
Who else would it be?
Rose?
Rose who?
Bonnie, where's Sarah?
She's in her room. She won't come out.
What possessed you to let her watch the press conference?
I didn't let her watch anything. I didn't even know it was on. I was ordering breakfast so that she wouldn't go downstairs and look at the paper, which I hid. And then she turned on the television and...
Sarah!
Marshall, yelling at her isn't gonna solve anything, okay? She wants to go to school. She wants to see her friends, and you cannot keep her cooped up in here forever. I just think we need to help her deal with this the best way she can so she can get on with our life.
And how? Your mother is bound and determined to destroy any chance we have. I mean, why can't she just leave well enough alone, huh?
You're the one who started this whole mess, or have you forgotten?
Oh, yeah, that's helpful. You turn on me when I'm down. Thought you were on my side.
I'm on Sarah's side.
Well, then start
Now and
acting
forever.
like it. Call off your damn mother.
Don't yell at her. God, it's your fault, okay? You got yourself into this mess. You hurt Bonnie's mother, and when you hurt people, you have to pay for it, and you never did. That's why they called the cops on you, and you know what? I don't blame them.
I forgot my clothes. What happened?
Nothing. I was just ordering breakfast and I started thinking about how I imagined this morning would be, you know, with Chris, and I just started crying. How pathetic is that?
No, it's not pathetic. Don't feel bad. When Lucy broke up with me, I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Nothing felt right. It still doesn't feel right.
Do you want me to cancel breakfast?
Yeah, let's cancel it.
Okay. I'll call them.
If we get hungry, we can just stop at Al's or Metro or something.
No, whatever, it's fine. Oh no, that must be the food. I'm sorry, but we... Chris!
I'm glad you're still here.
You are?
I didn't like the way that we left things.
It's okay. It's okay. If you want me back, we can just forget about last night.
Allison, that's not what I meant.
Then I don't understand. Why are you here?
I ran into Emily and she said you didn't come home last night. We were worried.
So she sent you to check on me?
They've cleared the reporters out of the squad room, which doesn't mean they're not lingering around the door.
Or in the parking lot.
I could arrange a police escort.
Maybe later. Right now, I'm where I need to be.
You're gonna stay here?
Heard about the press conference, and he will come looking for me, and I'd rather confront him here than on my doorstep.
And you think he's ready to deal?
He may not think so when he first gets here, but after he speaks to me, he'll understand his options.
I wasn't angry with Bonnie, okay? I was just a little frustrated, just blowing off some steam. I apologize, Bonnie.
Sarah, I think your dad and I need a few minutes to try and work some things out. We know you want to go back to school. We know you want to see your friends. So in the meantime, why don't you try to work on some of those math problems?
Come on, Bonnie, this is my life, okay? And I want to know what's going on.
All right, Sarah, sweetheart, you're too young to understand.
So I can hear from a news reporter on TV, but you can't tell me yourself.
All right, you know what? I'll be happy to discuss this with you after I've made some decisions.
Okay? Forget it, because you just lie anyway.
Okay, don't you dare talk to me that way.
You told me that you and Bonnie's mother had a misunderstanding and that you were cleared. Okay, that is a lie.
Sarah, there's no way your dad could know they reopened the case.
Oh, I wish you weren't my dad.
Okay, you don't mean that.
Yes, I do. Okay? At the shelter, at least I could just be me. Now I'm just the rapist's daughter.
Where are you going?
To put an end to this.
Listen, we're gonna get married and we'll have a dozen kids.
A dozen?
Okay, 2 dozen. Why don't you get out of here, go sort out these invitations. I'll stay here, sort this stuff out.
I don't want him to be upset,
I know.
you know?
I know. Just go. I'll see you.
Hey, you know, Will, next time you get mad at us, just yell. Okay, don't worry about the pain.
Why just spare us your insights, Rose?
We'll talk about whose idea this really was later.
I warned you.
No, I warned you. If Will's upset, It's not because Rose and I are getting married. It's because that woman doesn't want Rose and I to be together. She's got our little brother so wound up he doesn't know what's going on.
And moving away to Paris is gonna help with that? Paul, right or wrong, he is caught in the middle. And you are the only one who can save him.
Coming over here wasn't Emily's idea, it was mine. Okay, from the minute I left here last night, I couldn't stop thinking about you, wondering if you were okay.
Why, you don't think I could survive without you? You don't think too highly of yourself, do you?
Look, Allison, I was concerned, all right? I wanted to make sure that you didn't do anything crazy.
I'm fine, see? I made it through the whole night without Dr. Perfect, so why don't you go home? Why don't you go to the hospital? Go find yourself a grown-up since that's what you want, because I'm fine, I've moved on.
This looks great.
I'm not hungry.
Do you want some of my tea? Might help settle your stomach.
When I was still at the shelter, I used to walk by this building and I'd look up and I'd imagine what it was like to be really rich and to have French toast for breakfast, you know, every morning, or for lunch or for dinner if I wanted. To have my own room and clothes that I had picked out myself and books without writing all over them. And now I have all that, but it doesn't matter. You know, I'm just stuck here like I'm in jail or something.
Listen, you have to be patient. We will work this out.
I keep saying we. You know, what if he's convicted, okay? Then I'll just be sent right back to the shelter.
No, you won't. You just have to come be with me.
You know, well, you're not my mother. I mean, I know you treat me like you're my mother, but Troy says the court doesn't care about any of that.
Well, then I would have to do whatever it takes to get custody.
You promise?
Oh, yes. I promise we will be together.
I suggest you calm down. You're in a police station.
What do you want? You have destroyed what little piece I have managed to eke out. You have alienated my child. You wrecked my career. What do you want?
Are you ready to talk terms?
What's it gonna take to make this go away?
I want you out of my life. I want you out of my daughter's life permanently. I want you to take your daughter and move thousands of miles away from here.
You can't stipulate where I live.
You asked for my terms. They're non-negotiable.
I never used to eat breakfast.
It's the best way to start the day, girl.
I see.
You two need to learn to lock the door.
Oh. Or you could learn how to knock.
What do you want?
Paul and I made a decision last night. We're getting married in a month. We want everybody to be there, so put the date aside.
Why?
Because no one's gonna stop us this time. You'll get an invitation in the mail. Bring a friend.
I know what it's like to be so angry that you want to wreck things. But if you're mad at me, Will, you gotta talk to me.
It's okay, I'm not mad anymore.
You're not. You sure? Because, you know, you have every right to be mad at me. I mean, I haven't spent enough time with you.
That's right, you're moving. What's the point?
Point is that I love you.
I think it's time that Will and I go home.
Hey, you want to go home? Go home. See ya. I'll drop Will off when I'm done.
No, it's okay, I'll go. I'll come back tomorrow and clean your walls.
No, I don't care about that. All I care about is you.
You gotta go.
I hope you're satisfied.
If Will is upset, it's because you made him upset.
Oh, yes. I'm the one marrying the showgirl from Atlantic City and running off to Paris with her. Come on, Jennifer, let's go.
Mom, I'll be home later. Paul. I know you want to live your life. And I know you're sick of Mom, because so am I. But Will is so unhappy. And he's been through so much. Couldn't you find some way to have what you want and still look out for him? I know it's a lot to ask. I know. But he is extremely fragile. And it hasn't even been a year since he was in the psych ward, and if he is already acting out.
Is he still talking to that psychiatrist?
Paul, he stole a set of keys, snuck out in the middle of the night across town, broke into your apartment, and trashed the place. It doesn't take a shrink to see what's wrong here. He is dangerously upset with you.
I feel terrible.
Why? You did a terrific job.
Yeah, but you saw how mad he was.
But that's what we want, Will. We want your brother to understand what he's doing to us. You want him to stay here, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So stick to your story, all right? Just say you took the key out of my purse and some money. You came over here, let yourself
Mom, but
in.
I lied.
You took responsibility.
Mom, but I didn't do it. Now he thinks I'm insane or something.
No. You are a perfectly wonderful, normal young guy. And you know what? You just don't want your brother moving away. That's the brotherly thing to feel. That's all. Now, what do you say we go find that new video game you want and we have a little celebration?
You want to celebrate?
Look, you're gonna save your brother from a terrible marriage and a horrible wife. And in my book, that's reason enough to celebrate.
On the next, As the World Turns.
I got hit by a car. It had nothing to do with you.
Actually, Mike, you're still, right to the end, the same arrogant bastard you've always been.
Look, I'm not leaving you here with some guy who would take advantage of an 18-year-old girl he just met. Who is he?